I'm at Red Rocks September 9th, and Wilco
is playing the next night.
Next fucking
Last time you had Jimmy Buffett,
dude,
and you got to hang out.
I just
go
want Jeff,
salt.
The Margaritaville?
Yeah,
I could go for a margarita right now.
I believe you.
Jeff Tweedy has no idea what he's in store for.
Have you ever met him?
Nope, and I will cry when I meet him.
You will cry?
I'm going to cry. It's going to get uncomfortable. I bet he leaves the room. I bet. Do
you think security escorts you out?
I bet someone escorts me out. I bet someone escorts me out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to wear a cool hat. Ooh, maybe I'll buy him a hat. I'll buy him a present. By the way,
maybe get those head measurements first, you know?
He looks like he's got a big head.
Well, get the specifics and go full Bert on it. You got to get him add a lot, custom.
I'm in a lot of razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
I'm going to creep him out. I'm going to let him know right now. Someone get this to Jeff Tweedy. I will be at Red Rocks the day before. I already sent invites to have the
band.
I
will say this. I know certain things about you would be automated answers from if somebody asked me, they're like, does Bert, like to sleep? I'd be like, no. Does Bert party? Yes. What's his favorite? Vodka, Tito's. I would just and if somebody said, honestly, if someone said, what's Bert's favorite band? I'd go Wilco.
Yeah.
I've known that about you for years.
Yeah. I've seen them live every time they've ever come to LA. My marketing for my comedy, the way I run my career is based on the way Wilco doesn't run their career. What does that mean? I have a bone to pick with Wilco in that they don't market enough.
Oh,
I'm certain. So sometimes you do a gig and you get a guarantee. So then it doesn't matter if you sell it out or not.
Right. You still want to, but yeah.
You still want to, but if it doesn't matter. I bet they have a guarantee when they do these gigs. And so it doesn't matter if he sells it out. I'm sure he's been doing it long enough.
When did you start listening to Wilco?
I started listening to Wilco. Ooh, that's a great question. So in 1999.
That's when?
1999, I started listening to Wilco, and I discovered the first song I heard, and then
Are they Atlanta based? Am I wrong?
No, they're from Chicago.
Chicago.
And then in 2001, I discovered the documentary. Are you trying to break my heart? Type in the documentary. This documentary is fucking amazing. I think that's the name of the documentary.
This is a doc about them?
Yeah. So this documentary.
Oh, a film about Wilco. I am trying to break your heart.
I am trying to break your heart. My bad. And so this is a documentary. What happened is they made this album. I am trying to break your heart. I'm dyslexic, so when I see things, I read them. I just read them the way I see them.
Mm-hmm.
They were making this album. I think the name of the album is "I'm Trying to Break Your Heart," and they had a deal at whatever Capitol, and they went in and gave them the album, and the people were like, "We don't like it," and they're like, "What?" And they're like, "Re-record it," and they're like, "No, this is the album we're doing. What's the matter, Nadav?" And then this is a whole documentary about them making that album, them writing the songs, and then them not getting, no one liked it. So then they got their album back and then they released it online and it fucking exploded. And then all of a sudden people were like, hey, how do we get a hold of that album?
This is the equivalent, kind of, I mean, not exactly the same, but YouTube specials, which I'm the biggest proponent of. I love comics doing YouTube specials because you get to just put it out there on a platform that everybody has. Mm-hmm. And I've seen it. I mean, I thought this would happen. Especially when I got my second special.
I just had a brilliant idea.
Oh, yeah?
I just had a brilliant idea. Keep going.
Okay. And I remember that everybody that was would talk, but comics would be like, how do I get, I don't know. And then everybody would be so disappointed when they'd go, Netflix didn't get one. And it was right there already, YouTube meaning. And I was looking back, I was like, oh man, everybody should have been doing that.
Mark Norman has 10 million views on this special.
Yeah.
10 million.
10 million is
10 million people. You only need 80,000 people to make a good living.
Sure.
You need 80,000 people to go see you on tour.
Yeah.
Dude, you're
10 million on that. I don't know how many millions, but millions also on Shane Gillis special.
Shane Gillis.
Sam Morrill's done it. Schultz has done it. Who else?
Schultz didn't do it.
Yeah, that was like his first thing that he did was put out stand up on YouTube for sure.
I thought he did a Netflix special.
No,
you're
maybe
right,
recently, but I'm saying to start.
Oh no, he did an Amazon. No, I think he was about to shoot a special. I don't remember.
Okay,
but keep going. But so that's what
Giannis Pappas, Joe List. But it's like you can just take your material and put it out there, and people will find it. And you see those numbers just grow, and then that translates into ticket sales and new fans and all that shit. It's brilliant.
Here's what really got me with Wilco. Like this is what really got me.
Is this your brilliant idea or this?
No.
Okay.
I'll give you my brilliant idea. I'm going to tell you my brilliant idea off air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I watched this album. I get this album, and then all of a sudden I'm in Sacramento, and I'm Trying to Break Your Heart clicks with me. It really clicks with me. And I listened to it the whole ride back. We're pregnant with Georgia. And I listened to I'm the Man Who Loves You. Oh, see, this is why I'm going to cry if I meet Jeff Tweedy.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I'll cry when I meet him. This is going to creep him the fuck out. I listened to Wilco when I took Georgia home from the hospital.
Okay.
And so like that was my whole shit when I was a brand new dad. And I remember all the guys I knew in LA that were all dads, all were into Wilco. And they were like, yeah, it's like dad music, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't want it. I didn't want to talk about being a dad on stage, and I wanted to be cool. But then you go to these concerts and it was all dudes. It was all dudes that were like executives or like producers and it was like all comics. And I went to so many of his fucking shows when he'd come to LA. And then here's what got me. They did this thing called the living room shows. Will you type in Wilco living room shows? I would love to find these again. These were hard. I don't know if you can even find them. See if you can find them. So Wilco, Jeff Tweedy's wife's a savage, a fucking savage. She's the shit. Like she is people say like, where would you be without Leanne? I'd be like, fucking nowhere. I mean, nowhere. I would never have succeeded. Jeff Tweedy's wife is the only reason we know Wilco.
Really?
Dude. Yeah. This woman this is my perspective. And by the way, I don't know where I'm getting this from, but she has fucking spackled this dude into shape. I mean, and by the way, I'm sorry if Jeff Tweedy's like upset about what I'm saying. I think he had a heroin addiction, a pill addiction. I went through all of it. And this woman stuck by him, kept him together. She was like a bar owner. She owned a bar that Fred Armisen used to work at in Chicago. Fred Armisen and Jeff Tweedy are like best friends.
Really?
Yeah. And I know so much about fucking Jeff Tweedy.
Here's your living room thing.
So his wife would, for $25,000, his wife would just let Jeff Tweedy, by the way, Jeff Tweedy, I'll give you $100,000 to play in my backyard. I'll give you $100,000 to play in my backyard. I will give you, and I'll donate it to whatever charity you want.
There we go.
I will give you $100. Oh, because that's his thing. He goes to these living room shows. You pick this playlist. They pick the playlist, right?
Yeah.
He plays in their living room, acoustic. And I got all four of them. He did four of them. I had four of them. I had them in when Leanne had the Mercedes. I had them in the thing.
What's a good starting point for me to listen to?
I couldn't even tell you. Their catalog's so big right now.
But what would you start with?
My anthem is Wilco. Like their song Wilco.
They have a song called Wilco?
A song called Wilco. And that was
Fat Boys Are Back.
Yeah. And so when I was on Travel Channel, one of my favorite memories I've ever had in my entire life, Wilco the album, and then the first song's Wilco. That's my do shit song. So like when we were in Travel Channel, one of my favorite memories ever. We ride motorcycles up into Crow territory. We hunt buffalo. We take a helicopter back to the top of a mountain. I get on my motorcycle, sun's setting, and we're going down to a bar. That's a hotel that we're staying at that has a bar. Mm-hmm. I have not had a drink. I get on the motorcycle and I throw in my headsets and I play Wilco, the song, and Wilco, and the sun is setting. I'm on top of a mountain in Crow territory out in the Montana, I think, Montana or South Dakota, and a pack of wild horses runs up next to me on my motorcycle and is keeping fucking pace with me. I am riding next to fucking wild motorcycles, listening to dun 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 dun, and I'm like, fucking yeah, whoa! Wilco loves you, baby. And I'm fucking like, yeah! I'm like, dude, greatest fucking memory. Going in through the canyons. Wild fucking horses. Tom, I actually stopped my motorcycle at one point when, is anyone seeing this? It was a fucking, but I'm skiing in Switzerland. And I'm listening to Wilco. And I fucking have this great moment on top of a fucking mountain. I listen to Wilco all the time. By the way, I wonder if I just got because I think they said you could come backstage and meet him. I wonder if they're going to see this and be like, I think that's a bad idea.
Oh, they might.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I already don't know him.
Yeah.
It's not going to, I still going to love the fucking show.
Yeah.
This is what I would say about Wilco, about the way I've formed my business. And I mean this for every fucking person that has a business online. When we did the Greek, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to sell it out clean. That was it. Number one. I wanted it to be clean. I wanted to sell out every fucking seat. I don't know. I get OCD about shit like that. Same way I was for Red Rocks. I want it to be clean. I have Jeff Tweedy Wilco comes into LA all the time, and I don't know about it. And I follow him on Instagram. I follow their newsletter. I follow everything on Wilco.
How does that happen?
It just comes in, they put them on sale, and it's like, oh, whatever. That's just the way, like Bright Eyes is the Greek. I want to go see Bright Eyes. Have you know who Conor Oberst is?
No.
Oh, are you being serious?
I'm being totally serious.
Oh, you don't know who Conor Oberst is?
No.
Dude, this guy is fucking... Oh, Tom.
Is he like one of these guys that plays like 20 instruments?
No, he plays the guitar, and he's fucking awesome, dude. Awesome. You've got to fucking download Bright Eyes right now. Listen to him. You're going to fall in love. It's a little bit softer, a little bit more like mood music, like a little, this is the first day of my life. Like fun. Mm-hmm. So like Conor Oberst is at the Greek, and I don't know about it. And I'm not saying it. I'm saying it's as an artist, it's his responsibility to get people that love him
to the show,
to come out to the shows.
Sure.
Like, and I say this to Wilco, I have at least $500 that's yours. It's in my bank account. Anytime you want it, you come to LA, I'll give it to you. I'll buy your merch. I'll buy your tickets. I'm going to have a fucking great time. By the way, I'm going to spend more than $500 on that night. I will. But I will buy every fucking shirt you have. I'll buy the poster. I'm going to buy all of it. I'll probably lose it at the Greek. I won't even remember to bring it home with me. But it's your money. I want you to have that because that's how much fun you have made my life.
Yeah.
I get to get in my car, get on a motorcycle, listen to Wilco, and I get to fucking jam out and disappear. It's so much fucking fun that you've earned that money. When you come, by the way, I want to have that moment again. I want to see you live. I remember where I sat at the Greek when I watched Wilco. But you're not getting the money from me because you're not letting me know you're there.
Yeah.
So that's how I work my business.
So you're going to talk to Tweedy about this when you...
No, I won't bring this up.
Okay.
But this is, by the way, I will fucking take a year off to promote Wilco. I would fucking, you know what I could do for their fucking business? We'd be doing stadiums.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't deserve to be playing the same venues they play. I'm doing Red Rocks the day before he's doing Red Rocks. Dude, I'm like, trust me, I'm going to have to hustle to sell those tickets. They're going to sell out clean the day they announce them, right?
Sure.
I think that way for people about us. Like there's people watching right now that are like, Bert, what you just said about Wilco is how I feel about you and Tom.
Sure.
Like, hey man, maybe it's like we're not as big of a thing as Wilco, but there are people going, hey man, I got $100 to give you.
Yeah.
Like come, I'll buy tickets, I'll buy good tickets, and I'll buy a shirt. I would love to. It's my responsibility to let them know
that you're
I'm coming to their town.
Yeah.
It's not their responsibility to find out when I'm coming to their town. Do you remember there was comics, they're not bleep this name, who consistently would be like,
berate the fans.
I was just in your city. You need to sign up for my newsletter. Go fuck your newsletter. It's your responsibility to promote every single day. If you have an open seat every single day until the day that show airs, the day you do that show, so that there was a young lady that was in Tulsa the other night who's driving across country and was like, oh, my dad and I are big fans of yours. And I was online. I saw your Instagram post, and there was a single seat left. I grabbed it. I was so cool. I appreciate you posting about it. And so that's why I look at like Wilco because I get bummed when I'm like, Wilco was just here. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And I identify with that guy who texts what's his name and is like, yo, when are you coming to Boston? He's like, I was just there, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know? So, but I don't know. I think
it is annoying when somebody follows you online though, like follows like your Instagram and goes, when are you coming to Boston? Like I'm promoting it on this platform.
Yeah. Oh, so, well, yeah. Well, not everyone is like online all the time.
No, it's true. It's why there is a not just an argument. You should promote something more than once. Promoting it once doesn't mean that like it's promoted. You know?
Yeah, not at all.
A lot of people do that. They're like, I put it up and that was it.
No. I do hard pushes. Look, I mean, the only thing I do that's good, arguably, is stand up. Stand up in this podcast.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about, if you don't know about Two Bears, I'll sell you hard as fuck on Two Bears.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call Two Bears, One Cave.